Hello guys, Marco Schwartz here. In this video, I want to tell you what are the 3 mistakes that most of the new investors in real estate crowdfunding are making. So I really wanted to do this video because I'm seeing those mistakes made over and over again by people that reach out to me and ask me about real estate crowdfunding. So I really wanted to do this video to help you out and really help you to avoid making those 3 mistakes. So we'll go through those 3 mistakes, and for all of those, I will tell you how you can actually avoid them to actually keep your money safe when you invest in real estate crowdfunding. So the first mistake, and for me that's really like the major one, is not really choosing the right platform, or more like not taking time to choose the right platform. So I see a lot of people just going to a platform that has a nice website, that did nice advertising, and just investing some money on it, and then losing the investment because the platform was either a complete scam. That's quite rare, but it happens. Or the platform was just too new. They cannot have enough deals to keep on going, because it's also a company, right? They need to have funds to keep going. So this made that the platform cannot continue to operate, and it just closed down and people lose money. So that's the first mistake to avoid, is really you need to take time to choose the right platform. There are many ways to do that. First, of course, I recommend checking my website, because I talk a lot about those platforms, and really I review myself those platforms. I put my own money on them. I invest in deals on those platforms, and I report about the progress of my investments on my website at marcoschwartz.com. So that's the first place you can check. But also, you don't have to trust me. You can trust other websites as well. One I recommend is called Trustpilot. You can just, for example, Google the name of the platform where you want to invest, followed by Trustpilot. And basically people will tell you if they used the platform in the past and if they had a good experience with it. So that's also a good way to make your due diligence. Third way would be to just look on Google what people are saying about the platform. Look on social media. Facebook is a great place to actually discuss with other users about the platform. Ask them questions as well. Call them, send them messages on Facebook, see if they answer, and that's really the work you have to do before investing on the platform. So mistake number 2 that I see people make is not choosing the right deals on the platforms. So some people will think that because it's real estate crowdfunding, because it's all online, that most deals are good, right? Because they have been selected by the platform and therefore they are okay to invest in. Well, that's false, because as with classical real estate, not every deal on the market is a good deal, and it's exactly the same online. It's exactly the same on real estate crowdfunding platforms. So there are many deals that look good on paper, but once you actually analyze them, they are not necessarily a good fit for your portfolio. So what I recommend is always taking time to choose your deals. And for that, I recommend creating a checklist that you use for each deal, and that you use really to decide if this is a deal you want to invest in or not. So don't let emotions or nice pictures dictate if you invest or not in a deal. Really use a checklist so you can use the same parameters, the same criteria every time you invest. So for that, I actually created a checklist that I use to invest in real estate crowdfunding, and you will find the link to this checklist just below this video. So check that, it's completely free to get, and this is a checklist that I use for my own investments. So finally, mistake number 3 is not diversifying enough. And that's also typical, because it's something that people do with classical real estate, right? You will see some nice opportunity. You will find something after a long time of searching, visiting apartments, and then you will put basically all that you got in this property, right? Especially if it's your first purchase as a new investor. So you will put all your money down, for deposits, and then you will take a loan to buy the rest of the property, right? And people tend to do the same with real estate crowdfunding, but you have to realize that it is something completely different, and therefore you should not apply all the same principles to real estate crowdfunding. You should apply, like the due diligence part, right? As I said before, it mistake number 2. But you don't have to apply all the other principles, like taking a long time to search for the one property and then put everything you got in it. You should really invest on as many properties as possible and on as many platforms as possible as well. So really, if you have, for example, let's say €1,000 or $1,000 to invest, you should really split this investment in as many good deals as possible. For example, on most platforms, you can invest from, let's say, €50, right? That's the minimum investment. Well, if you can find actually 20 deals, right? Because 20 times €50 is 1,000, right? If you can find 20 good deals, well, you should actually invest in 20. Because then if one deal goes wrong, right, and this will happen, like in real life, one tenant will not pay, some property will not get refurbished like it was supposed to, some things will go wrong. Well, if 1 over 20 goes wrong, you won't even notice it at the end, because you will be diversified into all those properties and you will have no problem maintaining a good yield on your portfolio. So really use the power of real estate crowdfunding. Use the fact that you can invest instantly just from your computer on many platforms, on many countries, on many properties. Use that to really diversify as much as possible. So just to sum up, those were the 3 mistakes that new real estate crowdfunding investors make. So the first one was to rush to choose a platform. The second one was to also rush to choose a property to invest in and not apply the right criteria. And the third one was not using the power of real estate crowdfunding to diversify your portfolio. So again, I created a checklist that I use for my own real estate crowdfunding investments. You can just find it by following the link below. That will take you to my website where you can download the checklist. Of course, if you have any questions about real estate crowdfunding, about investing in general, don't hesitate to get in touch, for example, by leaving a comment or by sending me a message. That being said, thank you again for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.